written, and the tune was composed both by Philip Paul Bliss. Philip Paul Bliss. He lived between 1838 to 1876. I'll be happy if the media can get me the picture of Philip Paul Bliss. He lived between 1838 and 1876. He was born at Clearfield County in the United States of America. He went in to Chicago in 1864 in the employ of Dr. George F. Roots, a musician, where he was engaged in conducting musical institutes and in composing Sunday school melodies for service. He later joined Daniel W. Whittle in evangelical work. Paul Bliss produced the hymn Hold the Fort in 1870. After hearing Daniel Whittle's narration of an incident from the American Civil War. Let me narrate the narration of Daniel Whittle to Philip Paul Bliss, the incidents from American Civil War. Just before General William Tecumseh Sherman, a commander in the army, began his famous march to the sea in 1864, and while his army lay camped in the neighborhood of Atlanta on the 5th of October, the army of Confederate General Hood, in a carefully prepared movement, passed the right flank of Sherman's army, gained its rear, and commenced the destruction of the railroad leading to the north, burning blockhouses and capturing the small garrison along the line. General Sherman's army was put in rapid motion pursuing General Hood to save the supplies and larger posts. The principal, one of which was located at Altoona Pass, where General Cos of Illinois was stationed with about 1,500 men, Colonel Totelot being second in command. 6,000 men under commander of General French were detailed by Hood to take the position. The work were completely surrounded and summoned to surrender. General Cos refused, and a sharp fight commenced. The defender were slowly driven into a small fort on the crest of the hill. Many had been falling, and the result seems to render the prolongation of the fight hopeless. At this moment, an officer caught sight of a white signal flag far away across the valley, 20 miles distance, upon the top of Kennesaw Mountain. The signal was answered, and soon the message was waved across the mountain to mountain. Hold the fort! I am coming! W.T. Sherman. Hold the fort! I am coming! W.T. Sherman. Hold the fort! I am coming! W.T. Sherman. That was the signal. That was the signal. Cheers went upon every man in the battle. And every man in the battle was encouraged to a full appreciation of the position, and under a murderous fire, which killed or wounded more than half of the men in the fort, General Kos himself being shot 3 times through the head, and Colonel Tortolot taking command, though himself badly wounded, they held the fort for 3 hours until the advance guard of General Sherman's army came and French was obliged to retreat. This story was a story of some people going to the battle. And when they got to the battle, the experience they had in the battle was unpalatable. They were being faced with battle that they cannot surmount. The battle was so fierce. But it got to a point when the man, General William Tecumseh Sherman, stood up and tried to rescue that battle so that the French people would not overcome General Hood and his men. So, William Sherman now went to the valley and brought a banner and began to wave it. For people that were fighting, they were almost defeated to see the banner. And he was shouting, "Oh, the fort! I am coming. I am W.T. Sherman. Oh, the fort! I am coming. I am W.T. Sherman. Oh, the fort! I am coming. I am W.T. Sherman." He was waving the banner. And people that were fighting and they were at the brim of giving up saw that banner being waved. And they heard that announcement. "Hold the fort. Stay where you are. Hold the fort. Don't quit. Hold the fort." As we could say, put on your strength. Put on your strength. I am coming. And that announcement and that banner that was waved gave courage, encouragement, renewal of strength to the soldiers. And they began to fight with all their strength. "We are going to hold this fort. We are not going to allow you to kill us. We are not going to allow you to defeat us." And when General Sherman eventually came, he overpowered the French people with his men, and the French people retreat away from the battle. And that actually gave victory to people in the battle. That is